Hello and welcome to the very first episode of the Entrepreneur's Guide 2. I am your host, Matt Kelly. Now, some of you may know me from the Living Outrageously podcast, but I'm here to tell you there is a brand new show and I'm super excited about it because it's about an area that's of massive personal interest to me, about entrepreneurship, about startup lifestyle, innovation, digital, web, social, mobile, location. This is going to be the best show that I'm so excited about this show. It's all business related and it's going to be super, super fun. Now, I've taken this show from a different direction to the usual Living Outrageously podcast that we used to do every single week. And what we did was we'd attack a topic, a lifestyle topic, for those who choose to design their own life. Now, the direction we've taken is to go for this show is to go, actually, I want to focus on startups. I want to focus on the money, on entrepreneurship, on building something better and adding my value to the universe. So this is what the show's about. It's about interviewing experts. I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be the expert on every single aspect of business because I'm not. No one person is. So I know that I'm pretty good with outsourcing, as many of you know from the book that I wrote last year. Outsourcing is one area of my expertise. I love digital, but guess what? I'm going to go and I'm going to interview some of the greatest minds in business today, and I'm super excited about it. We've already done a couple of interviews, and I'm pretty excited to say that they're shaping up to be amazing. So I'm just going to show you a really short clip right now of just some snippets from some of the first few interviews. So get into it. Enjoy this.
Very young age, kind of had this dream that someday I could set a world record myself. And it didn't really matter what the world record was in. I just loved the idea of being a world champion, and that just seemed cool. Billions of people, and the idea that you could truly be the world's best seemed cool to me. My previous professional career was in advertising, so I worked as a copywriter, creative director for years in advertising, which, I always enjoyed it, but I felt like on some deep level I didn't want to be an ad guy my entire life. All kinds of super creative stuff that you would never see in the Guinness book. And, a vision started to come to life that, wow, why not create a much more open, democratic place for world records? Wikipedia was a big inspiration. It was revolutionizing the encyclopedia overnight. So I met my co-founder, Corey Henderson, through his wife, and, we bonded over world records. He's a tech ninja, so, it became just kind of a part-time hobby that turned into a full-time obsession, and now we're a young company of 10 in New York City. It is truly like the most rewarding professional chapter I've had in my life by far, and I had an old boss who said his business advice is that everybody should try and start a company at one point in their life, and I think it's advice to be passed on.
Sabi started as the typical just brainstorm that you have with your best friends, where you're like, wouldn't it be awesome if we started a restaurant? Yeah. Like, it was our life, And because we had that passion and energy behind it, that's what got us filled up. That's what won the competition. Because people see that. When you're sitting in a meeting and they can see, like, look, this is all I fucking think about. Like, I am passionate about this. And everything that we had accomplished with Sabi was because of that attitude. We stayed true to who we were. We wanted to be cool and bold and have outwork people. And those attitudes are what got us filled, like having that passion, So we look back on everything that we had accomplished and realized the do what you do attitude was absolutely like what got us there. Yeah. And it was something that we wanted to be known for for the rest of the time, So we decided to make that the slogan.
Luckily for me, I got exposed to business and entrepreneurship just randomly my senior year. So this was just a little pet project, and sure enough, it snowballed into this whole thing. When you get thrust into a situation where there's nobody who can answer your questions, you got to figure it out on your own. I'm going to try it my own way. So I built a website that was sort of like a digital resume that was very unconventional, a bit edgy. And I just targeted this company I wanted to work for. And regardless if they had a job opening or not, I went straight to the founder or CEO of these companies. And some of them were huge companies, billion-dollar companies now, like Stripe and whatnot. And I was just saying, how can I get my foot in the door? And I would just be very, very aggressive with it. And I went about it in that way. And the very first company I applied to, I found on Angel List. So I surprise you, but I'd like to make you an offer. And he said, I'd like to make you an offer to become the CEO of Monkey Inferno. And I sort of just went into shock immediately because I'd been there for 7 weeks.
And there you have it, some high quality people right there. High quality indeed. And I'm super excited to say that I've already reached out to a few more people, and there's going to be some amazing ones coming up soon. So stay tuned. This is only the first episode, and guess what? There is no content in this whatsoever. It all starts very, very soon. So stay tuned and just wait for episode number 2. You can follow me on Twitter at Matthew Kelly. You can view more about the show on the entrepreneursguide2.com. or obviously iTunes, YouTube. Get on there, subscribe, feel free to comment, send me an email, whatever you like. I'm really excited to be going on this journey, and I just hope that you guys will all join me because it's going to be one awesome ride. This is Matt Kelly signing out.